Hey there, so I am here this evening and I'm a little bit nervous. Not normally nervous when I do a Facebook Live, but I've never cooked before on Facebook in front of an audience, and I'm not even really sure what you guys can see. I mean, I've been trying to test things out to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. So anyway, it costs pretty much the same as the grocery store. I pretty much started buying from him just to buy local, and I don't know, maybe I have a little more chest with Marjax. So this is the recipe. Can y'all see me? This is the recipe. It's hanging right here, so it may be in my face a little bit, maybe a little bit awkward. Again, I don't even know what you guys can see. So I think you can see the meat in here, and I'm going to turn the heat up because I also, the recipe serves 3. And it calls for 1.5 pounds of the turkey or the beef. And I don't really like breaking up a pound, okay? And I know like the Solbergs, they have an army to feed over there. So I'm sure that Greg just doubles this, or Barb, every time that they cook it. I would think they would have to. So anyway, this is 2 pounds, not 1.5 pounds. And so, oh, and it says on here that 1 teaspoon is approximately 1 clove. So this is 4 cloves. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, I have that extra beef in there, so a little bit more. Lord, we'll have to brush our teeth. It's a lot of garlic. Okay. And if you're like me in the kitchen, I'm always multitasking. So like the recipe actually says, in a small bowl, combine the garlic, ginger, and soy sauce set aside, and then in a large skillet, brown the meat. No, we're gonna do it all at once. Because you know, we're working parents and we're busy. So I usually don't wait around. And I will say this, I prepped everything ahead of time. If this were for real and I wasn't on Facebook Live, right now, I would be, if I didn't already buy the cabbage shredded, I would be shredding it, okay? That's just, I'm just sort of like that. So I rarely have everything prepped ahead of time. If you're the kind of person that does that, more power to you. Love it. Okay, so the soy sauce, 1/3 cup of the soy sauce. Excuse me, Snuggle. I got a dog over here. The dog is never far behind. She's right down here at my feet. So if I trip and fall, call help. She's pretty fast on her feet, though. She came from the Harris County Kill Shelter. And I'm sorry if y'all are making any comments, because my camera is facing away from me, so I can't see them. Although I would love some hearts. That would be very nice for me. Okay, so I did a little bit more in 1/3 cup of the soy sauce, and then 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. I typically like the toasted sesame oil better than just the sesame oil, so that's a tip if you don't have any on hand and you would be buying it anyway. What did I say, 1 tablespoon? Okay, tablespoon. You really notice? Ugh, now I have oil on. Okay, so I've got the garlic. Oh, I've got to do the ginger. And so I am supposed to do 1 teaspoon of ginger. Ugh. See, I thought I had everything out, but you know how that goes. Again, it would probably be better if I'd used the fresh ginger. Everything's better fresh, right? And I'm just continuing to brown this meat. I'm going to have to drain it of the water here in a sec. I don't know, if y'all have ever, if anybody on here has ever made this recipe before, I would love to hear if you're a ground turkey fan or not. Sorry, I'm just not. Can't do it. I've tried. I'm gonna go ahead and drain some of this. Ugh. Drained a lot of the water away. I'm sure there's some grease in there too. May need to get the colander out and do a better job of that drain before I add all the other ingredients. So there are a couple of things, a couple of points I want to make about eating healthy. One is, it doesn't have to be that complicated. It really doesn't. And truthfully, it's not that expensive. I used to think that. I used to think that eating healthy was so much more expensive than eating just whatever, you know, Hamburger Helper or whatever you throw together. But I have learned if I stay in the outer aisle of the grocery store with the produce and the fresh meats. Now, meat is a little bit different right now, yeah, because of COVID-19 and some of the meat packing places, yes. I get that. It is a little bit more expensive. But that'll be passed down with other stuff anyway. And if you're eating off the dollar menu, it's hard to look like $1 million when you eat off the dollar menu. That's all I got to say about that. You know, it's just not healthy. You're not going to feel good. You're going to have a lot of brain fog, and you're not going to have a lot of energy. That's the Jan lecture. You can cook, and it doesn't have to be that expensive. And you can eat healthy. All right, I'm going to grab the colander. Hang on, I got to dodge the dog. Give me. We're almost ready for the other stuff. But if you're like me, you want everything, ground meat especially, cooked really well. Maybe I was part of the Oprah scare many years ago. I'm just not a big fan of a whole lot of red. If I'm eating a steak, yeah, maybe medium. But rare, I can't do it. So I'm just going to make sure it's very brown. Okay, so it says in a large skillet, brown the turkey over medium-high heat. Add the shredded cabbage and stir to combine. Add the sauce mixture to the meat and veggies. Stir and cook for about 3 to 5 minutes until the cabbages just begin to wilt, but it's still crunchy. Now, I did do my cabbage in the food processor, so I'm thinking maybe next time I may do it a little bit coarser because I don't know how crunchy it's going to be. So sometimes I do it in the food processor and then other times I don't. You know, I have a friend who likes to chop everything by hand. I'm not one of those people. I like the automation. Okay, so I'm going to turn down the heat a little bit on this. Thanks for being with me here. Okay, turn down the heat because I don't want my cabbage to wilt. The meat is cooked. There's my cabbage. I add a little bit more to go with the meat. Again, I got a 19-year-old to feed, so 3 servings probably. Just had a panic moment. I thought, what if my phone is on selfie mode and they've just been looking at the microwave the whole time? This is not a good moment. it's looking pretty good. The time isn't quite up yet, but see? I'll just make sure it's heated through, because I don't really think you're trying to cook the cabbage a whole lot. So I was thinking, depending on what the response is and how people like this and whatnot, that I might do that zucchini lasagna tomorrow around the same time. I will not do it though on Thursday because we are going to Trulux. It's Mike's post Father's Day that we were supposed to have. I'm so excited. If you've never been to Trulux, you're missing something. It's awesome. So, but yeah, I was thinking about doing that, and so let me know if you are interested in seeing the zucchini lasagna made. It is much tastier than the picture that I posted of it. That picture, I don't know, it just doesn't look that appetizing, but I had a friend and client tell me, oh my gosh, Jan, that is so good. Have you ever had that? And I was like, no, as a matter of fact, it always didn't look very good. And she said, oh, it's good. So that's what made me try it, and now it's kind of one of our regular things. So anyway, I may do that tomorrow night. Again, look how easy this is. Ding. So that's done, and it'll be interesting to see. Let me get a spoon, hang on. All right, for the taste. Good, healthy, lean, green, low fat, all the good stuff. So I think I'm going to sign off, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.